Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating stack of sources, just landed fresh from the Observer Group newspapers of Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about diving into these reports is how you find these, well, unexpected connections, right? Powerful insights from what seems like just everyday news.
Absolutely.
We're going to explore a whole range of topics, economic policy, personal triumphs, and really see what it all means for you.
And our mission, as always, is to get beyond just the headlines.
Right.
We're here to sort of distill the most important bits, the key knowledge and insights, give you a shortcut, really, to being well-informed on everything from federal policy to, well, individual journeys.
Connect the dots.
Yeah, connect the dots and explore the so what behind it all.
Okay, so let's kick off with a pretty ambitious vision. Federal industrial policy.
Big topic.
Huge. And it's not just about spending money, is it? It's about trying to fundamentally reshape economic opportunity.
That was the idea.
We've seen these massive federal investments, the Infrastructure Act, what was it, $1.2 trillion?
Staggering number.
Then cheat EPS and science, $280 billion, and the Inflation Reduction Act. They were all explicitly designed, or so they said, to create good jobs.
And good jobs, meaning?
Meaning, family-sustaining wages, benefits,
Yeah.
real career advancement,
Right?
with a specific focus on trying to uplift Black communities in these high-growth sectors, manufacturing, clean energy, tech.
And the initial reach was pretty broad, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what's striking. The reports say these programs have already touched over 99% of high-poverty counties. That's a massive footprint, initially at least.
It is. That initial reach is, well, impressive on paper. But if we dig a little deeper, look at the brief from the Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies, we see some, let's say, significant headwinds.
Okay, like what?
Well, the report details how the Trump administration eliminated key diversity, equity, and inclusion provisions, DEI.
Ah, right. Those were the measures meant to ensure fair access.
Exactly. Equitable access, equitable outcomes in these federal programs. And now, funding is being slowed down, paused, in some cases even clawed back.
Clawed back, you mean they're taking allocated money back?
That's what it means, yes. Funds previously set aside are being recalled, and this directly hits economic mobility on the ground.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about the I-375 Community Reconnection Project in Detroit.
Okay.
That aimed to rejoin historically Black neighborhoods that were literally cut in half by highway construction decades ago.
Right.
Or Reinvest Birmingham, they got $20 million from the CHEPS Act.
The semiconductor one?
Yeah, that one, intended to reduce high Black unemployment there. And even clean energy investments, which were often directed to areas with lower employment, lower incomes. They're feeling the pinch, too.
So the money might have reached the counties, but it's not flowing smoothly to the intended projects or people.
That seems to be a major issue. And the report also highlights another critical challenge: many Black-led and Black-allied organizations.
The ones meant to help connect people to these opportunities.
Precisely. They are often underinformed about the specifics and definitely under-resourced. They're struggling with these really complex processes, a lack of targeted outreach.
So wait, if these programs have such huge reach, touching almost all high-poverty counties, but the DEI parts are cut and the money's slowing down.
Yeah.
What's the actual impact, like on the ground in those counties? Are people losing faith?
Mm-hmm.
Finding workarounds?
Well, it certainly creates a lot of frustration, uncertainty.
I bet.
The very groups meant to be the conduits, the connectors for these opportunities are finding the rules changing under them.
Mm-hmm.
And this issue, of under-resourced organizations struggling with complex federal bureaucracy, it ties into that other point you're bringing up, doesn't it, about how Americans view different career paths.
Absolutely. It's a really vital connection, I think, because while federal policy is tackling jobs from the top down, there's this fascinating shift happening in how people view work from the sort of ground up,
Okay.
especially skilled trades. There's a new Harris Poll report found that, get this, 91% of Americans agree that skilled trade jobs are just as important as white-collar jobs. 91%.
Wow, that's almost universal agreement.
Right. But then 86% feel these careers are just completely overlooked in our education system.
A huge disconnect there.
And here's the picker. 90% believe people just don't realize how lucrative these careers can actually be.
That really raises an important question, doesn't it? Especially when you look at what the poll calls the generational perception gap.
Tell me about that.
Well, only 38% of Gen Z see skilled trades as offering the best job prospects today. Compare that to 59% of baby
Very
boomers.
big difference. Why? What are Gen Z's concerns?
It seems to be a mix. Societal prestige or lack thereof, the immense pressure, to go to college, worries about automation taking jobs, and just general job security questions.
Makes sense.
And what's particularly striking, connecting back to our earlier point, is a specific barrier mentioned for Black Americans,
Mm.
a significant lack of visible role models in the trades.
So ongoing diversity and representation issues there, beyond just perception.
It suggests that, yes, it's not just about how trades are viewed, but who is seen doing them.
Okay, but here's the counterintuitive part. Despite those perceptions from Gen Z, the poll still found that skilled trades ranked in the top 5 career paths across all generations.
All of them. Ooh, even Gen Z.
Even Gen Z. It ranked higher for them than law, teaching, and finance.
That is surprising, given their other concerns.
Isn't it? And maybe the biggest twist. A majority of Americans overall would now advise high school grads to pursue a vocational or trade school path over a traditional 4-year college.
Wow. That's a profound shift in thinking.
It really is.
And, if we connect this back to the bigger picture, that poll gives, well, a pretty clear mandate to corporate America, doesn't it?
How so?
An overwhelming 90% of Americans have a more favorable opinion of companies that actively support skilled trades.
Okay, so it's good PR, but is it more than that?
Oh, I think it's much more. It's a direct market signal. Companies that lean into these programs, offering hands-on school stuff, paid internships, scholarships, mentoring.
The things the poll suggested.
Exactly. They aren't just, doing good, they're strategically positioning themselves. For consumer loyalty, yes, but also for their future workforce needs.
So corporate responsibility here isn't just a cost center.
Not at all. It's a competitive advantage that really resonates with public values right now. Wendy Salomon from Harris Poll put it really well. She said, there's a myth that the trades are for people who couldn't succeed elsewhere. That myth needs to die. These are skilled, in-demand careers that require intelligence, adaptability, and resilience.
Needs to die. I like that. Okay, so we've talked about pathways to opportunity, but sometimes the roadblocks aren't just economic, right?
Rails.
Sometimes they're literally on our streets. And they're leading to another kind of breakdown, one that hits our daily peace of mind, our safety.
You're talking about traffic?
Let's shift gears, yeah. Traffic and road rage. New reports detailing nationwide gridlock. And the findings are, frankly, alarming.
Oh, wow.
Washington, D.C., it's actually overtaken Los Angeles as the city with the worst traffic.
Worse than L.A., seriously.
Seriously. Drivers in D.C. spending an average of 33.4 minutes commuting, which adds up over a year to 71 full days stuck in traffic.
71 days, that's bleak.
It is. And other cities are right up there: Miami, San Francisco, Atlanta, Baltimore.
It's interesting, though. You have UCLA professor Michael Manville offering a kind of counterpoint. He says congestion is oftentimes a sign of economic prosperity.
Prosperity. Feels more like a pressure cooker.
Well, that's the flip side. That prosperity comes with a steep price. The problem of road rage is escalating dramatically.
How bad is it?
Look at Louisiana. Nearly 60% of their traffic fatalities last year were tied to aggressive driving. 60%.
That's stat.
New Mexico road rage gun violence nearly 4 times the national average. Colorado leads the country in reckless driving violations. It's really no surprise that 63% of Americans now see aggressive driving as a major problem.
Yeah.
And when you hear those numbers for D.C., and then you hear drivers quoted saying, everyone's just fed up,
It paints a picture.
it really does. It almost makes you wonder if we're reaching some kind of collective boiling point on the roads.
It feels like it sometimes. You hear it directly from
Yeah.
people. Denise Pennington in D.C. told reporters, it's worse than it's ever been. Everyone's just fed up.
Just fed up. Yeah.
LaChawn Warren lived in Southeast D.C. her whole life. She described it as unpredictable all day long. It's chaos.
Chaos.
And Jason McNeil, up in the Bronx, New York, he summed it up. The potholes are everywhere, and the traffic doesn't move. It's like the city is breaking down one street at a time.
Like the city is breaking down. That's powerful.
It feels like urban decay, not just, an inconvenience.
And that sense of breakdown, it can extend to other aspects of public safety too, can it?
Definitely.
Which raises an important question beyond just traffic. How do communities protect themselves when violence seems to be escalating?
Where are you going with this?
Let's shift focus slightly to gun violence restraining orders, GVROs. in California.
Okay, GVROs. Remind us what they are exactly.
Sure. They're legal tools, been on the books there since 2016. They allow firearms to be temporarily removed from someone who poses a significant risk of harm either to themselves or to others.
Temporarily remove?
Right, and it's crucial to understand these are civil orders, they're not criminal penalties. It's, as one official put it, about stopping violence before it happens and giving people in crisis a chance to recover.
So prevention, not punishment. Buying time.
Buying time. That's the core idea.
But what's the challenge here? Is it that they're controversial?
Well, like anything involving firearms, there's debate. But a really significant concern highlighted in the sources is just lack of awareness.
People don't know about them.
Especially, it seems, in the communities most impacted by gun violence. Black communities, Latino communities, immigrant communities. Regina Wilson from California Black Media put it bluntly. Too often, the communities most impacted by gun violence are the ones who don't know GVROs exist.
That's a huge problem. A tool exists, but people can't use it if they don't know it's there.
Exactly. And the data presented during recent briefings suggests they are effective, particularly in preventing suicides.
Really? How so?
Dr. Amy Barnhorst, a psychiatrist, gave this example. A woman at high risk after a psychiatric hold. She went home, and there was a loaded gun there. Using a GVRO to remove that firearm, even temporarily, drastically increased her chances of surviving that crisis moment.
Wow. Okay.
And Sergeant Kyle Acucci from Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, he talked about preventing harm from a teenager who was posting online threats. He said GVROs allow us to prevent violence, not just respond to it.
Not just respond. Proactive safety.
Yes. A way to intervene before a tragedy happens, offering a lifeline, really, in those critical moments.
It's powerful hearing the personal stories, too. Like Gabriela Gonzalez.
Tell me about her.
She was harassed with gun threats when she was just 17. Didn't know about GVROs back then. Now she's an advocate for them. She talked about the fear, the isolation, not knowing there was this tool available that could have helped her feel safer. Her experience really shines a light on that knowledge gap.
Absolutely. And California is trying to address that with their Reduce the Risk campaign.
What does that involve?
Getting materials out in different languages, community partnerships, making it clear who can request a GVRO. It's not just police. It can be family, employers, school staff, even coworkers.
Coworkers, too.
Yeah. And often hearings can be virtual. Reports can sometimes be anonymous. Immigration status isn't a barrier. They're trying to lower the hurdles.
Get accessible.
Right. As Regina Wilson said, the simple purpose is just, it's about buying enough time for someone to live through their worst day, a temporary pause, a moment for intervention, for de-escalation.
Buying time to live through the worst day. That really sticks with you.
You know, it's interesting how these perceptions around skilled trades challenge our traditional ideas of success.
Yeah.
And how tools like GVROs offer this sort of unexpected path to safety. But speaking of things that defy expectation,
Okay.
let's talk about someone who completely rewrote the playbook for what's possible. Antonio Gates.
Ah, the Hall of Famer.
Just inducted. Made history this past week. First player ever in the Pro Football Hall of Fame without playing a single down of college football.
It's just phenomenal, isn't it? An incredible story.
Totally.
And what's so fascinating is his journey. He was a standout basketball player in college at Kent State.
Right. Basketball, not football.
Exactly. He actually enrolled at Michigan State first, wanted to play both sports, but the football coach then, Nick Saban,
The Nick Saban.
the very same, pressured him to pick just football. So Gates said no, transferred, and focused solely on basketball.
Wow. Took a stand.
He did. And that's when fate, or maybe just a very keen eye,
Wow.
intervened. He met Tim Brewster,
Who was?
the Chargers tight ends coach at the time. Brewster watched Gates play basketball and saw something amazing. He told Gates, basically on the spot, that if he switched to football, he'd be an all-pro tight end within 3 years.
That's incredible foresight. Or maybe just confidence.
A bit of both, maybe,
Uh,
recognizing that raw, untapped athletic potential.
and Brewster wasn't wrong, was he?
Not even close. Gates goes on to have this absolutely incredible 16-season NFL career, all with the Chargers. Redefined the tight end position.
The number crazy. 116 touchdown catches.
8 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro selections, still holds the Chargers franchise records for catches and receiving yards.
Just a testament to adaptability talent.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Gates himself reflected on it. He said, switching sports can be a life-changing experience.
I'll bet.
The unexpected opportunities are often the most powerful ones because they can completely redirect your life if you're ready to take advantage of them.
If you're ready, that's key. He also talked about his impact on the game itself. He said, essentially, that because of his path, now NFL teams and scouts will never look at college basketball players the same again.
He literally created a new pipeline.
He really did. Carved out a whole new pathway to pro football.
What an amazing story of perseverance and possibility. Antonio Gates' journey, it's such a powerful reminder, isn't it? For all of us, for you listening, that greatness can pop up from the most non-traditional places.
If you're open to seeing it.
If you're open to it, exactly. Wow, okay. What a deep dive this has been.
We covered a lot of ground.
We really did. From, the huge complexities of federal industrial policy and how it's actually playing out,
The ups and downs.
to the very real everyday struggles of traffic, that boiling point of road rage,
Yeah.
then shifting to vital community safety tools like GVROs that maybe aren't well known enough.
Right. The awareness gap.
And finally, celebrating this extraordinary individual achievement, Antonio Gates, just defying all expectations. These stories, they seem so different on the surface, right? Fresh out of Southern California papers.
But they connect.
They really connect to these broader national themes and probably to a lot of personal experiences too.
That's exactly right. And understanding these threads, the challenges our communities face, the solutions that might be overlooked, these incredible, inspiring journeys, it gives you, I think, a richer, more nuanced view of the world around you.
Gets you see beneath the headline?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Allows you to see those hidden currents.
So maybe a final thought for you to mull over as you go about your day.
Okay.
Consider this. Just like Antonio Gates found his path to the Hall of Fame on a basketball court, not a college football field, or how vital tools like GVROs might be underused simply because people don't know about them. How much valuable knowledge or maybe how many promising opportunities might be hiding in plain sight for you.
Interesting question.
Simply because they don't fit our usual expectations, or they aren't getting the spotlight they deserve. What could you discover or maybe achieve by looking just a little bit beyond the obvious?